So many blessings to you. I hope that you're all doing wonderful. It's so great to be back, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the class that I presented a day or so ago regarding the fifth dimension and beyond. And I promised that I would come back and speak a little bit about the ascension symptoms. Um, and I feel that having a little conversation will help assist in not only understanding what the ascension symptoms and the processes, but more so to have the awareness so that you can uh, be in harmony with the new energies, the high energies, as opposed to being weighed by them, right? And so I love analogies. And as I think of the high energies that the new ascension is carrying, I think of, I've used this analogy so many times before in classes where, you know, we go from a 110 volt to 220 in many of the appliances that we use, right? And one of the reasons why we do that is because the old technology of the 110 volt could only accommodate certain appliances, right? And so the technology, right, grew to a point where we could upgrade the voltage to 220, right? And that brought us the ability to be able to use bigger appliances, to upgrade the electricity. And in many ways, this is what's occurring in the electromagnetic field. Prior to the ascension process, right, there was always, and there has always been, streams of cosmic energy coming into the force field, into the earth realm, and into humanity. But it was not as intense, as high vibrational as it is now. And so we can make that analogy in seeing the 110 versus the 220, right? Interestingly enough, right, when we were at a 110 volt, if you tried to plug in an appliance that held more than that, you would short out, right? And now, sort of the reverse is going on. These high intensity energies, this magnetic field that is so expansive and so very open to showering the earth realm and humanity to help them move through the ascension, may be a little bit too much for some of us, right? And so what can we do in order to allow the facilitation of the energies to align themselves, to assimilate, and be able to go through you, through the earth, and into humanity, the collective, without feeling so overwhelmed by that frequency? And of course, the greatest thing is always going to be what? To open up through meditation, right? To become a conduit, if you may, right? Even though the energies are coming through you, through each of us, to become a conduit, to allow the flow of that energy to come from the cosmos, from the magnetic field, through you to the earth, and to be dispersed, right? So that you don't have to carry all of that energy. It's not really meant to be carried on a singular level, but collectively, right? And so allowing yourself to be a conduit, allowing yourself to be a bridge between the magnetic field as you connect with it, of course, through meditation, contemplation, and allowing the flow to go through you to the earth realm, as I said, and the collective and humanity. I observe, and I said this in the previous video, that there are some who have a belief that they have to experience, pain and severe consequences as a result of the incredible magnetic field streams that are being brought into the earth realm. And I humbly do not resonate with that to the degree where I will say that we're all going to be affected by these energies, and we should, because these energies are here to amplify, right, our DNAs, to awaken our DNAs and the energy field that we individually carry. And because of that, there is going to be a transformational experience where you will have an awareness that you are changing. And the wonderful ways in which we start to recognize that this magnetic field is becoming a larger part of ourselves is just feeling really light, just feeling really in tune, right? In that place of oneness, feeling lighter, right? In all the levels of your energetic bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and of course spiritual. The physical symptoms may be that you feel maybe at times lethargic, but not to the degree where you should be incapacitated, but just lethargic, sort of like out of your body, right? And again, this is under the presumption that we've done a lot of work, right, to become an open vessel, to be able to filter these magnetic energies to the best that we can, and that we've created a flow through our own energetic bodies so that the energy can then be fluid, right? Even with all of that, then I will say, there may be moments when we feel sort of lethargic or sort of out of the body, right? Like being here but not being here. Many individuals who have been able to successfully allow the highest stream energies to filter and flow through are feeling a lot in their vision. The peripheral vision, being able to see, light, perhaps figures of light, deja vu is a very common. Being able to start tapping into multiple realities, that deja vu kind of feeling, right? And yes, fatigue, it should not be extreme, but there is definitely evidence of fatigue. And why is that? Is because the energies are so potent that the body needs time to assimilate. So hydration is very important, and to honor the fact that you may feel fatigue because the energies, are very strong, to allow yourself to rest when possible, to replenish yourself, to be around water, to nourish yourself, right? The other side of that, right, and again, I've observed, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this video, is that there are many who have been plagued, and that's a strong word, but plagued with severe pain, physical pain, paralysis, not being able to move, and almost to the physical sense where they feel that their bodies have become somewhat immobile. I've read from many who are experiencing a lot of anguish, of emotional imbalances, emotions, heart pains. I've heard a lot, seizures, not being able to sleep, acute anxiety. And what I want to lovingly say is that I do not, my personal, as a teacher, just do not resonate with the fact that we should have to feel so much imbalance from the high vibrational frequencies. They should not have to, bring us to a point where we're so disturbed, because these energies are here to calibrate and to uplift us, to awaken us, and to accelerate us, right? And so, lovingly, I want to say that if you or someone that you know is experiencing some of these acute symptoms for a very prolonged period of time, that I would say that there is a need to look at the emotional energy that may be held or that is being carried consciously or subconsciously, right? And the reason why that becomes very important is because these energies are here to support us, right? But they're here. They're here to stay. And so they're going to find a way for your highest good, believe it or not, to penetrate and to come through either fluidly, right? Nicely, because there's an open canal within the bodies, the energetic bodies, or it, as the energies come through, it may find obstruction. And of course, obstruction creates tension, it creates pressure, right? And so, again, it is not to say that as we experience the influx of these incredible magnetic energies that are here to awaken us, to help us, assist us in the awakening process, that we're not going to feel, some uncomfortability, that we may have an awareness, again, of feeling sort of slightly unstable, of feeling fatigue, of feeling that there is a shift, and having that awareness that you're changing, that your thoughts are changing, that your emotions are changing, right? However, because it's here for our highest good, it should not be something that plagues us to the degree where we're feeling these extreme symptoms, right? And so a quick checklist that I find could be very helpful is to dot your I's and cross your T's. If you find yourself knowing that you have suppressed emotions that have not been reconciled or released, it is a great time to do that checklist and to know that have entered into a place of oneness, right? And so it is such an opportunity for us to do that cleanup work of forgiveness, of surrender, of knowing that everything happens and happened for a reason. So letting it go and seeing the gift in the reasons why certain things may have occurred or happened to us. And we all have, right, a pretty long list of things, of experiences that have happened through our lives, but they were all part of growth, and they were also all a part of bringing ourselves to a higher state of consciousness, right? And being able to come from the heart center. And so if you are experiencing these acute, prolonged symptoms, there is definitely a invitation for you to check it in, and check it out within to see if there's something that you may be holding, especially on an emotional level that has not been reconciled, right, or released, that now is creating a blockage or blockages that are then creating the obstruction from these beautiful, divine, very high vibrational energies to come through fluidly for you. Yes? This is all such a wonderful time for all of humanity, and how we experience the onward movement of this ascension greatly depends on how we are individually and collectively perceiving and also experiencing the energies, right? Because it begins with each one of us, but we know that we're all one. So just keeping a checklist that these energies are here to open our heart center and to unify us. And so they could be sort of an obstruction if we're still holding lower vibrational energies, especially in the heart center, right? And attempting, to take these energies in. Again, there's going to be a blockage, right? There's going to be resistance. And so doing our work to ensure to the best of our abilities that we can be in a very joyful, very receptive, just pure place of receiving, and being joyful that receiving of that magnetic energy is just going to propel us higher and higher into those higher dimensional states, into the new paradigm, and into our new experiences. Yes. I would love any comments, any questions. If you are viewing this video and you are experiencing some of these symptoms in a prolonged, as a prolonged, I can't talk now, in a prolonged period of time, and you wish to drop a comment, I'll be happy to answer them. Love to hear your thoughts about what I've shared. And of course, I ask you so very much, if this video has spoken to you, has resonated with you, please take a moment to like and to share the video, because the whole endeavor of these videos are to bring awareness and to assist humanity in whatever way we can. And we do that by sharing with others. Yes. I will be back. And of course, I also want to ask if there is a subject that you feel that I can elaborate on. Please don't hesitate to answer that, as to share that in the comments as well. I intend to be coming back often, and so I hope that I can feel your presence as we go through this amazing journey. Yes. As always, I leave you with my love. I leave you with my light. And I leave you with my peace. I love you, love you, love you. I hope you have a beautiful day until we meet again.